Hello my beautiful beard growing friends. So in this video we're going to talk about the awkward stages of growing a beard and what you can do about it. If you're new to this channel, please remember to subscribe and hit that bell notification because that really means a lot to me. Let's get on with the content. Oh, I'm dribbly. Okay, when you're growing a beard, it can really feel awkward at a number of stages. Now, I feel like that really falls into two categories. The first bit of awkwardness is how it feels on your face. You can normally, when you're growing a beard, you can normally sort of feel the itchiness, you can feel the hair which like curls around and sort of agitates the skin, and it can feel quite alien to a lot of people. And so there are a few tips and tricks that I've got about sort of managing that early stage growth. But there are awkward stages much later on which are concerned with the second bit. Actually, the second sort of big awkward reason, it doesn't change throughout your entire beard growing journey, and that is how you feel your beard looks. In the early stages, it's all about patchiness, wispiness, uneven growth. Go check out my other videos about how to deal with patchy beards. But it really does kind of impact your self-confidence because you know what beard you want to grow. But to the outside world, you're not portraying that, and that conflict can really make you feel just really awkward. Growing a beard is a long game. You need patience, and unfortunately part of that is resilience to what other people think about your beard. So those are the two kind of aspects that I feel like awkwardness can fall under. That is how it feels on your face, that it's new, it's itchy, it's dry, it's appearing. And the second thing is just, I guess, summed up as a little bit of embarrassment and judgment from other people as you're growing that beard. So let's talk about those two. Okay, so the awkward phase of a beard really comes down to just letting it grow out. I do want to say though that there are different awkward phases as you grow a beard. So in the early stage, it's all about growth. Just let it go, have some patience. And a rule of thumb is just don't touch your beard for 3 to 6 months. The closer to 6 months you can get without actually touching or doing anything, the thicker, fuller, and less awkward your beard will look. But it doesn't necessarily help how it feels on your face. I mean, I don't feel this beard now on my face. Sometimes it gets in my mouth, but just letting it grow will let you kind of just focus on the self-care, making sure that you like the beard that you know you're going to end up with. So give it time, have some patience, and in the early stages, just chill out. Whereas in the later stages of growing a beard, there are a few things you can do about it. You do have to have a goal. At the moment, I'm aiming for a little bit longer in the chin. The sides and the mustache style is about where I want my beard to be at the moment. So a little bit more length would be perfect, but I can sneak up on that now. But just by trimming probably once every fortnight, but not taking off so much that it halts the length or growth of my beard. Okay, so dealing with the just leaving it alone, if in doubt in this beard journey, if in doubt, leave it alone. Okay, there are a few things that you can do to deal with the itchiness and the way it feels on your face. In the early stages, you just have to look after your skin and the little bit of hair that's coming through. So in terms of your skin, make sure that it's moisturized and make sure that you kind of use a facial scrub. Those are really good ways just to make sure that you don't have any ingrowns in that early stage, which can be really sort of itchy and damaging. One thing I would say is if you know that you're going to start growing a beard, do a fresh shave with a single blade safety razor, because the multi-blade razors, what they do is they tend to pull at the hairs before cutting them, and that means that you're more prone to get ingrowns. So just laying that foundation with a straight safety razor, a single blade safety razor, is the way to make sure that you can start strong without itchiness. So moisturize, good skincare is really great. Make sure that you, in the early stage, you do invest in a good beard conditioner. Now the wash, some people say don't use hair, it's too, head shampoo on your beard is too harsh. In the early stages, you just want to make sure your skin isn't agitated. So you have to make sure your beard is well conditioned. So make sure you get a conditioner, you rub that in, you let it sit, and you can also invest in beard oils as well. Beard oils are a great way of conditioning the hair, softening it up. We're not using it for control in the early stages. We're just using it to provide some softness to the hair, so that as it curls around, you're not just infuriated by it. Okay, so the one thing I will say about the itchiness side of things is the neck for me was by far the worst. So you can see under here that I've trimmed up from my neckline down. So the neckline is where your head joins your neck. Go check out my blog post. I'll put it in the comments. There's a couple of tricks in finding your neckline, but essentially I found that the itchiness really came about at that crease. So when I creased my neck, the hairs would like bunch up. It would be super itchy. I'd find myself scratching my neck all the time, whereas everywhere else wasn't too bad. Maybe the odd time on the sides, but that's about it. So if you find that it's driving you insane, this growth and awkward stage, you can trim up your neckline first. I don't think there's many beard styles where you need to grow out the neck. Now, the chin and under the chin supports the thickness of the beard and makes it look more substantial so as you kind of look this way. But there's very few beard styles that actually have full neck hair here. So if you're really struggling with itchiness in that area, I would say if that's the one thing that's causing you to go, you know what, I'm going to cut off my beard, make sure that that you trim that area first, because you're probably not going to need it later on, and if you do need it, it's probably going to be a bit shorter anyway. So feel free to take that bit off, but anywhere else itchy on the face, even cheek line, let it grow. Let yourself see where the maximum growth is before you start cutting in any cheek lines. Neck, you can do that. I give you permission. Okay, now dealing with the judgment. The judgment is really, really hard because, like I said, you know what you want your beard to look like, but you don't know if other people know if you're growing or if you're just lazy. And unfortunately, there is no way to get around other people's opinions of what's going on in your face. By the way, my beard has been called disgusting, hideous, horrible, all of the really words. And it's weird because those people that were saying that I actually respect and trust. But it's a weird thing. Beards really polarize people. Like in the UK, we've got Marmite. They either love it or hate it. And I feel like a growing beard is what polarizes people's opinions. There's a couple of things you can do, which is realize that you can only control the things in your control. I can't control if people do or don't like beards, but what I can do is be happy that I'm heading towards a beard that I like. You can't control necessarily how fast your beard grows, but what you can do is control the way it looks as it grows in, just by conditioning, making sure that it's kind of nice. Invest in beard balm as it gets a bit longer out of that kind of like short awkward phase. And look, I wanted to show you today, this beard has no product in it. It's been blow dried this morning, but the awkwardness and the feeling of people judging your beard doesn't go away. I'm always kind of worried that I've got frizzy bits and sits uneven, and I sit like this and it flattens it out. And look, I carry a comb around with me, but that's for me and not anyone else. I like to look in the mirror and see a nice beard. But the judgment never, ever stops. And that is something that I think you just have to get used to. Once again, focus on what's in your control. So for me, I like having a nice beard and I can control that. But what I can't control is people's opinions of the beard, or if the style's right, or if they like it or not. That is, completely not worth my energy in terms of worrying about. So just focus on what you can control and have a vision board. I think I've seen other people like have a goal, have a goal and have small steps to get to that goal. So if your goal is a beard that fully fills out your neck or has a wizard kind of length, then just make sure that you have that goal in mind, and every time you feel a bit shit, just look at it and look at the steps to get there, and also be honest with yourself. To get to a wizard beard, you're looking at many, many years. So, after 6 months, you want full coverage, and then setting those small goals, I think is really important, because otherwise you'll just drive yourself crazy worrying about the beard that you want but haven't got, and that people are judging you. So yeah, look. That's a little bit of, psychology for you. But yeah, remember, control what you can control and don't give in to people's opinions. Easier said than done, but with a little bit of willpower, completely doable. Okay, so if you're new to this channel, please remember to subscribe, because I love that. That helps me a lot, especially as this channel is relatively new at the moment. Go check out my website, beardgrowingpro.com, where you get lots of other blogs and tips. But let me know in the comments what you do to get through that awkward phase, and any extra tips that you feel like people would benefit from. All right then, I'll see you in the next video. Get in my beard.